My name's Ryan Clutterbuck. I'm the head coach of our women's national team program.
Let's go Canada!
A little bit of my background, I had the opportunity to work with our Canadian women's national team in 2017 as the offensive coordinator, and was fortunate, privileged enough to be welcomed back for this tournament here in 2022. Our goal for Finland really is to max out. We want to find out how good of a football program we have and how great we can be. And I think if we achieve those goals, we can be the best team in the world. But it's not going to happen unless we maximize our potential. Today is just one step on the road to those goals. That's an exciting step too. Great athletes. We've got a mix of veteran experience and some youthful enthusiasm, and we're just so thrilled to see how they compete today. I think I speak for our coaches when I say this weekend was a tremendous success. We had 136 players in camp. For 3 days we had to make some very difficult decisions, so there were very competitive periods over the first 2 days. We got a lot of reps, we played a lot of football, we met a lot. We've been talking about nothing but football for the last 72 hours, and we're really happy with the red and white teams we've assembled.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 3 of the 2022 Football Canada Under-18 Women's National Championship. Six-a-side football here in Regina, Saskatchewan at Mosaic Stadium. This is day 2 of the tournament. We have our third game coming up here, football New Brunswick against football Manitoba. My name is Chris Hadisbeck. I'm joined by my co-host Olivier Eddy. Olivier, how's it going?
Good. I'm excited to be up here and get a chance to comment on this six-a-side football here. I think we're very fortunate to be in a beautiful stadium on a beautiful day, and I'm just happy to be up here with you, Chris.
Yeah, this is your first opportunity to see a game for the tournament. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that is correct, and it's even my first opportunity, although I've been around football for years, to watch six-a-side football. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a fast speed game, I'm told, and I'm just excited to be part of it.
Yeah, you know, I've been fortunate enough to be here from day 1 since the tournament. Of course, some of you have been watching and listening, and you know, apologies in advance for any mispronounced names. This is our first time doing something like this together. First day doing it for either of us. So, you know, we're both excited to have the opportunity to be here with you guys wherever you are across this country. And we appreciate you supporting these women playing football. And, you know, you and I have both been involved with women's football for some time now. You know, you yourself starting in New Brunswick, and myself here in Regina with the Riot, the WWCFL now. We've both been fortunate enough to coach together and coach some of the girls playing in this tournament as well.
Yeah, it's super fun. I'm glad you mentioned it. You know, my first coaching experience with women's football was in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and I see here on the roster we've got a number of players here who play for the Fredericton Predators, it seems like, and I also grew up in Moncton, so you've got the Stingrays here on the sheet. So I'm excited to read these New Brunswick names, and Quispamsis and Rossay and all sorts of beautiful places that I've spent many years coaching football, playing football, and just growing up.
Yeah, if there's any French pronunciations, I'll be leaning on you for that, I think.
And I'll laugh because I'll probably mess it up just as much as any other name, but we'll do our best. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Team New Brunswick here getting ready to kick off. Just a few reminders: 6-a-side football, field dimensions 40 yards width by 110 long. This is Team New Brunswick first game of the day here. Kick it off here. Nice little squib kick, gonna bounce, stay in, gonna go out of bounds. So we're gonna have an illegal kickoff here to start the game. Team Manitoba is gonna start off with good field position.
Well, we're about to learn about this offense coming off the field here. Who's leading the way here? Looking at the roster, we will learn soon enough.
Yeah, so we'll see Jada Bolton here at QB for number 3 from Team Manitoba. You know, Team Manitoba has had some injuries. They have a little bit of a shorter bench here, so hopefully they didn't have any major injuries from the last game and that they'll have their main players. You know, Peyton Tursky we saw carrying the ball a lot here in their first game. Sorry, just let the ref call the illegal kickoff there. And then McKenna Hampson out of the East Side Eagles, that's kind of their workhorse.
Okay, well, it'll be fun to watch her go.
All right, so Jada here lines up in the I form. We saw a lot of this formation in the first game. Looks like Team New Brunswick going to send some pressure. Might be offside. Yeah, and the refs are going to blow that dead a little bit early on the pressure there.
Yeah, it looks like we'll start over at 1st and 5 here. Little jitters on the first play of the game from New Brunswick defense. Like they're excited to come off, and I love the play call, by the way. A blitz to start the game.
That's
it's
right.
Always fun.
Yeah, Team New Brunswick, first game of the day for them, so they've been sitting here watching everyone else play, a little bit antsy. But so Team Manitoba will take those free 5 yards. We'll have 1st and 5 on the 45-yard line.
Now, as much as football, women's football has been very developed in Saskatchewan, there's one thing that's maybe not known to all of our viewers, that New Brunswick has been playing 6-a-side girls football for years and years and years now. I have 3 teams in the league, and so I expect to see some good things today.
Going to hand it off here to McKenna Hampson again off the right side. Nice hard run, breaks a tackle, and is going to earn that first down. Nice job by McKenna there to get the yards needed.
Tough runner, I got to say. I'm impressed right off the bat. That's a heck of a run by number 88.
Yeah, they've been using her a lot. She, like as I mentioned, she's their workhorse, and they feed her the ball during the game. You know, we haven't seen them throw too often. You know, I think maybe once or twice in the game earlier in the day here, but for the most part, they're going to keep the ball on the ground with their running backs, McKenna and Peyton. Now,
Coach Hasbeck, you've coached a lot of 12-a-side football. A team that runs a lot. What do you like to do on defense to stop that?
Yeah, you know, playing 6-a-side, never coached it myself, so I can't comment too much on maybe the philosophy there. Of course, you want to send some blitz, blitz the run gaps, those kind of things, take on the blockers. We've seen defenders do a good job of this tournament so far, taking on outside, forcing them into their help. So I think Team New Brunswick will probably look to do something similar, try and force everything inside. So we got 1st and 10 here. Jada Bolton in the shotgun again. I form, going to hand it off to McKenna, going off to the left side. Peyton Tursky leading the way, going to keep her feet moving and get a nice run on that first down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And great penetration, too, from Cameron Walker, number 77 from New Brunswick. Just unfortunately not the right gap for the play call. But you've seen some good things out of the D-line from New Brunswick. But that running back just seems to get the corner here and gets a lot of first downs.
Yeah, Cameron Walker there, like you said, great job getting inside there, but just couldn't make the play. Nice tackle there at the end by a couple New Brunswick players. So we got 2nd and 4 here. Ball on the 52-yard line for Team Manitoba. Once again in that I form. Going to hand it off inside to Peyton Tursey. He's going to break one tackle, keep her feet moving, run one player over, and get a nice gain there.
Man, New Brunswick called their blitz off the edge again like they did at the start of the game, this time on time, but the quick fullback handoff, that really nullifies it. The ball stays in the middle, and they get through the D-line. Yeah,
Team Manitoba is not really hiding what their intentions are here. They're lining up in I form, and they're just running the ball. Nice job by the O-line there to get some blocks downfield and let Peyton Tursky there do the rest.
I'll tell you what, I don't blame the coaching staff for just keep going with this. It seems to be working so far early. It's a great way to start the game, and if their identity is indeed to be a tough running team, I mean, why not?
Yeah, 1st and 10 here again for Team Manitoba. Jay's going to take it, hand it off to McKenna Hampson off the left side this time, but nice job by New Brunswick there. Good tackle, and we'll have 2nd and long.
That's Alex Purdy on the tackle from Sackville Minor Football. Sackville, a town that I know too well, playing 5 years of football for Mount Allison University and coaching for a number of years after that. So glad to see somebody from Sackville Manor football making the play.
It's the perfect team for you to be commentating. You know, I'd have I only reason I know where that is because of you. So it goes a long way. We got 2nd and 10 here after that nice stop by Team New Brunswick. Ball on the 41-yard line. And looks like number 77, Cameron Walker, has some equipment issues there for Team New Brunswick. So she's gonna come off the field, and they're gonna send in number 65, Chloe Estabrooks.
Chloe is listed as an offensive lineman, but clearly is going to be coming in here on D-line. Lots of these players, I assume, are capable of playing on both sides of the football.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of a different formation there from Team Manitoba this time, not in the I form. There are a couple flags down. I believe that this might be offside on Team New Brunswick again.
Well, we're about to find out here.
Yeah, we can see him a little antsy on the snap there. So it looks like Team Manitoba's here is going to probably take this 5-yard penalty, assuming it's offside, and go up 2nd and 5.
That's a costly penalty because it follows. It's a costly penalty as it follows New Brunswick's best stop on defense so far today, because Manitoba has been running the ball well. And then after a decent tackle early on, now we've got an offside penalty, which makes it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they had the opportunity there to force in 3rd and long, but offside again here, so 2nd and 5 for Team Manitoba. We'll see if they keep the ball on the ground. We expect them to do so, and see if Team New Brunswick can get a stop here. Jada Bolton, QB, out of the St. Vital Mustangs. Once again, back in that I form. Peyton Tersey going to lead block off the left side for McKenna Hampson. She's going to cut inside and get that 1st down yardage needed to keep the chains moving.
I like the work from linebacker Alex Purdy, who took on a physical lead blocker, the fullback, a little bit maybe from a distance, but she found a way to get off that block and make the tackle. Unfortunately, a little too far down the field, so it will be 1st down, as you mentioned.
Yeah, just hand the ball off to their workhorse. Good block by Peyton Tersey. New Brunswick limits the gain, but not enough to prevent the 1st down. So we got 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line for Team Manitoba. Going to keep this drive going. This time handing off inside to Peyton Tersey again. Going to keep those feet moving. Nice job driving her feet, getting good yardage on 1st down.
It's the 2nd time here I noticed that the Manitoba team is handing the ball off to the fullback at the same time that New Brunswick sending an edge blitzer, which is a great defensive play call against the edge blitz. That's a good job at Manitoba and their coaching staff. Yeah,
kind of catching them in the wrong blitz there a couple times on this drive. You know, we'll see if Team New Brunswick starts sending some blitzers inside. That's where Team Manitoba's having their success on this drive so far, and with some lead blocks to the outside. But we got 2nd and 2 here. We'll see. They're going to put Peyton Tersey on the left side, just off the line this time. Going to have her lead block for McKenna Hampson. Going to get in the backfield. Team New Brunswick is on a big stop.
Well, that's Alex Warman, the defensive lineman from New Brunswick, number 88, who comes in the backfield. That is indeed a big stop. Here's New Brunswick's chance to maybe stall this drive.
Yeah, you know, Team Manitoba's had good success on this drive, but in the end, if Team Manitoba or Team New Brunswick's here able to get a stop, it's going to be a win for them. So 3rd and 5 on the 23-yard line, lined up in the I form again. Jada Bolton ready to take the snap. Team New Brunswick's going to blitz inside this time. McKenna Hampson's going to hit the left side, and she's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think they stopped her short. We'll see where the ref spotted her.
A great play by Alex Purdy. This is going to be very close. Let's take a look here on the replay.
Yeah, it's a great tackle, not giving up any extra yards there. Out of Sackville Minor football. And that is going to be a turnover on downs that Team New Brunswick forces. We talked about Manitoba having some success on that drive, but doesn't mean much if you turn the ball over.
Yeah, I mean, it is a great drive. At the end of the day, you got to get some points out of that. So kudos to New Brunswick defense, who took a while to get into the game. You got that first penalty on the kickoff, then the offside on the first play. A couple of good, strong runs by Manitoba, but finally New Brunswick finding a way to get the stop.
So number 1, Emma Lundgren, QB from Fredericton Predators, ready to take the snap. Going to hand the ball off, going off to the left side. Going to read her block nicely. Going to use her speed and break it out here. It doesn't look like anyone's going to catch her. Great job following her blocks, finding that lane, and going to take it all the way for a touchdown for Team New Brunswick.
That's an 80-yard touchdown run by Team New Brunswick, if I'm not mistaken.
Number 21, Alexia Brazeau.
Yeah, and I got to say, you mentioned it following her block. She did a great job reading the block from her, I believe, wide receiver or tight end type. The last block on the edge, we're going to take a replay. We see it here at the very early parts of the replay, and then sheds off one defender and gets off to the races. What a great touchdown run for Team New Brunswick.
Yeah, great way to start the day 2 for Team New Brunswick, their first offensive play here, going for 80-yard touchdown. So we'll see if New Brunswick here goes for 1 or 2 for those of you that are watching for the first time today or this tournament. If you run or pass the ball in, it's only 1 point. So they're trying to incentivize kicking. Kicking is for 2. It looks like they're only going to go for 1 here. Going to hand the ball off to number 7, Janet McAllister, off the left side, and she's going to take that in for a 1-point convert, and will make it 7-0 for Team New Brunswick.
That's back-to-back jet sweep type of plays and a great start for the Team New Brunswick offense. The coaching staff has to be happy. Let's talk about the coaching staff a little bit. I see some names here that I recognize. Nick Murray, head coach. He's somebody from New Brunswick who's been putting time in and time out in football. Loves the game, coaches for the right reason. I'm a big fan of Nick Murray and all the work he does in New Brunswick, and I'm happy to see his team here up 7-0 early on.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about in the last game of how great it is to see teams from across the country, and we mentioned how the last senior women's national tournament was held here, and how I had the opportunity to meet a lot of the Team New Brunswick players and staff there. So, you know, it's great to see that women's football is still growing there, and for them to send a team to this tournament is just great to see. No,
absolutely, absolutely. Kevin Jones, also offensive line coach. Kevin played 5 years as a starter on the Acadia Axemen offensive line in U Sport. Kevin also played some senior football in Moncton. A great athlete and a great coach, and it's great to see him give back to the game, being here at the tournament this weekend.
Not a bad job there by number 66, or I believe, number 66. We don't have that number on our roster, so I'm not 100% sure who that is. I apologize, but nice job there to knock it down and just fall on it. Of course, on specials, you know, you want to have that big return, but more importantly is just get the ball for your offense.
Okay, Chris, so you start the game as Manitoba, you run the ball pretty well, and you get stalled on you know, basically inches from the first down. What do you do here starting the second drive?
You know, they're going to line up in a split back formation here, so a little bit different here. We'll see if they look to pass it here. That's not something they've done too often. Jaden Bolton's going to take the snap, and we'll hand it off to number 88, McKenna Hampson, but a great tackle by number 77, Cameron Walker of Team New Brunswick, that time making the play in the backfield.
Yeah, it's not the first time we see her in the backfield, but it's the first time we see her rewarded with a tackle for a loss. Great job by number 77.
Yeah, that time, good job getting in the backfield, breaking her feet down. You know, we'll see something Team Manitoba might do. We'll see if their quarterback, Jada Bolton, decides to keep it one of these times. You know, they've been handing it off time after time again. Might have an opportunity for a big play there. We're going to have 2nd and 15 on the 35-yard line here for Team Manitoba. Looks like they'll line up back in that patented I-form formation. A little bit of a toss out wide to McKenna Hampson. Going to get tackled in the backfield for a loss by Team New Brunswick. Another great tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, that's number 88, Alex Warman this time. It looks like New Brunswick has Manitoba's number right now, being in the backfield and making plays. It's a very difficult situation for Manitoba on 3rd and almost 20 here in their own end.
Yeah, Alex Warman out of Kingston there, the Simmons Stomp. Not something I don't know if either of us are familiar with, but
the Simon Stomp, I believe. Yeah, it's not a team that I'm familiar with.
All right, so Team Manitoba is going to punt it here. They do have a player on side. We'll see if that comes into play or not. Number 37, nice job by Clarissa Arsenault to catch that in the air and get a good return there.
Another player from Simons here getting the return. Simons being one of the high schools, I believe, in the St. John area, Quispamsis area. This might be some players from their 6-a-side high school team.
We saw Clarissa make some really nice plays on day 1 of the tournament, so it's nice to see her in there again, returning the ball. Nice job catching it in the air. You know, as a returner, you always want to try and do that, and results in a positive return.
It's not an easy skill, and to see it done with such ease, it seemed like on the last play, that's kudos to Clarissa.
All right, Emma Lundgren again here to hand it off. Going off the left side. Looks like she's going to have space again. Believe that's number 21, Alexia Brazeau. Once again, similar play to her touchdown run, getting good yards and getting another first down for Team New Brunswick.
Yeah, it's the same play here we've seen about 3 times in a row. Well, all 3 plays from New Brunswick offense. So Manitoba has to find a way here to adjust and shut down this jet sweep.
Yeah, that's something that, out of all the plays we've seen so far, Team New Brunswick, and that's basically what they've been doing. But it's one of those things, if it's working, why do you got to stop, right? So Emma Lundgren here. We'll have 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line.
Are we expecting jet sweep to the right here, Chris?
Well, with the way they're set up, that would be a good guess. We'll see if they stick with that. They're going to send her across the formation again. This time, trouble on the handoff. Ball's on the ground. And we'll see, it looks like it's fallen on by Team Manitoba, recovering that fumble and forcing a turnover.
That's 94 Pilgrim with the recovery. Pilgrim plays for the Winnipeg Wolfpack. That's the senior women's team in Winnipeg.
Yeah, we mentioned that there's a handful of players in this tournament that do play in some of the senior women's teams. We saw, of course, some members from Team Sask that play for the Regina Ride of the WWCFL, and it's good to see some of the Winnipeg players here playing as well.
Yeah, and we got a break in action here, so let's talk a little bit more about the WCFL and what's happening in Manitoba. I see the general manager for this team is Lisa Cummings. That's a name that we know very well, Chris and I. Lisa been involved with the WWCFL team in Manitoba Fearless for years and years, and if I believe I'm not mistaken, from the inauguration year for them. She's been a pioneer of football in Manitoba, so tip of the cap to you, Lisa, although I know you're not listening because you're currently coaching and being a GM on the sidelines, but it's nice to see you here at Mosaic Stadium helping out Team Manitoba.
Yeah, we have a handful of current WWCFL players and potentially obviously some Maritime Women's football players that are giving back to their junior girls teams and coaching or managing or whatever it takes to help make this happen for some of the younger players, which is just outstanding. I know that there's a couple other players that are coaching for Team Manitoba, so we'll see them line up here again in that split back formation. Jada Bolton ready to take the snap. 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Going to hand it off inside there again to her fullback, Peyton Tursky. Good job by New Brunswick there to limit the gain. Yeah,
Peyton Tursky, a very, very tough runner, tough blocker as well. So for New Brunswick to get in there and make the tackle, it's a good play on defense. But I'd like to see her get the ball even more. I think she's doing a good job so far, and she's a tough runner.
Yeah, they've had success with her running the ball there. Good job by New Brunswick to force a 2nd and 8 here for Team Manitoba. Looks like they're going to send out Peyton Tursky to the right side this time. Kind of line up in that kind of just offset tight end formation. They're going to hand off to McKenna Hampson there. Going that way behind Tursky, but going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage there by, I believe, number 77, again making a nice tackle. That's Cameron Walker.
Here's what I like about Cameron Walker on this play. It's her form tackling. She was exactly where she needed to be. Let's see it here on the replay. Helmet in front, well done. Her feet keep driving. She's on top of the ball carrier. That's a great tackle by 77, Cameron Walker. I think we're going to be saying her name a lot.
I think so. It's something we talked about in the last game is the with both Team Alberta, Team Sask, honestly across the board is the form tackling that we've seen this tournament has just been outstanding. So Team Manitoba here is going to punt on 3rd and 5. They do have that onside player. Nice job getting the ball away there. A little bit of trouble there with picking it up there, Clarissa, but she is able to fall on it. So Team New Brunswick will start with the ball 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, good field position for Team New Brunswick. We'll expect them to maybe play the next level to their jet sweep, some kind of play action perhaps, or a fake sweep quarterback keep. That's the type of things I'm expecting here on this 3rd drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's lots of things that they can build off of with the plays that they've been running so far. So we'll see Emma Lundgren here lined up again in the gun. Again, with that receiver behind her to the right, or to the left, sorry. Looks like she's communicating with the official there. Number 7, Johnny McAllister coming across, going to take that handoff again on that jet sweep, and going to break one tackle, and going to get the 1st down just over the sticks, it looks like.
Yeah, another similar play here with the jet sweep. Different ball carrier this time. They're rotating players in. Team New Brunswick, who has a bigger bench, I would kind of say, than Manitoba, as you mentioned earlier today. So clearly an advantage for New Brunswick. They can keep their players fresh. They can give the ball to different people. Probably will go a long way for today's game.
Yeah, we saw Peyton Tursky there on the tackle playing both ways due to that shortened bench. So, it's tough to run the ball on offense and then have to go and chase a ball carrier. So Emma will line up here. 1st down. Going to hand it off. Actually going to keep it herself this time on the fake handoff and run into a couple Manitoba defenders there. Nice job by Manitoba that time, limiting the gain.
Absolutely. And, we talk about the short benches and players playing both ways. Already I'm applauding the Manitoba effort. It's going to be difficult because it's 27 degrees out here, and they're playing on the turf. Thankfully, the shade has set in at this time of night here in Regina, but it's not exactly a cold and easy day to play on. This is a hot summer day.
Yeah, we saw some of the teams in the heat earlier, and thankfully with the way the format is, they're only playing kind of a half of football. But Emma's going to hand it off to number 7 there again. Janet McAllister off the left side, going to follow her lead block of Clarissa and get enough for that first down.
Again, New Brunswick sticking what's working, that jet sweep and then the quarterback keep on the fake jet sweep. But I assume they're going to continue doing so as they're having a tremendous amount of success.
Yeah, we'll see if New Brunswick tries to switch things up here. We did see them keep it this time, or keep it a couple plays ago with Emma Lundgren. Limited success compared to their jet sweeps. So we'll see if they stick with that or try and show something different here to Team Manitoba. Got 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line. Lined up in their base formation. Jana's going to come across and is going to take the handoff from Emma there. Nice job by Peyton to get offside, but not able to make the tackle. And good pursuit there from Manitoba that time, though, to limit the gain.
Yeah, you can start to see the fatigue in some of the Manitoba players. And again, I'm not saying that in a negative way towards Manitoba. I'm applauding them for players playing both ways. It's not going to be easy this evening, and you were seeing a great effort from these young ladies.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, if Peyton Tursky was fresh on defense, there's a good chance she's able to maybe make that play or stay up, but having to carry the ball and be a lead blocker on offense does take a toll. But we do have 2nd and 7. Good job by Manitoba there to limit the gain. This will be the last play of the first half here in Game 3 of the 2022 Under-18 Women's National Championship. Emma's going to pass this time, looking right, but good coverage there by number 66 of Team Manitoba. Again, apologies, we don't have a name for that number on our roster, but good job there by Team Manitoba.
Yeah, and you see New Brunswick going a bit deeper in their playbook here, trying to fake jet sweep, the play action pass. Manitoba's all over it. Great job for the Manitoba defense. A great way to end the half. Even though we saw New Brunswick maybe with longer runs, the score is 7-0.
Yeah, it maybe feels a little lopsided in some ways, and if you do want to check out the stats, you can go to reginarams.com/stats for those of you that want to check that out. And those are being live updated as we go here. So we'll just take a quick 2-minute break here and get started for the second half of action here with Team New Brunswick up 7-0 over Team Manitoba. All right, and welcome back here. Second half of Team New Brunswick versus Team Manitoba. Again, just a reminder, this is 6-a-side football. They were playing 2 12-minute halves or quarters. Olivia, I've had this debate with a few people. Do we consider it a half or a quarter? Because the ball does stay where it was before the change of the first to the second.
Interesting. So it's almost a break in action, a water break, a pause. But traditionally in sports, when you have your halftime, it resets, regardless of what sport. So that's, I guess we're going to have to call it quarter. They're playing 2 quarters.
I've been going with half, but you're probably right.
But how can you have 2 quarters? That creates a half.
Know.
It's not good. It's a question that we may never answer.
Yeah. Okay, third down here. Emily's going to hand it off to number 21, Alexia Brazeau off the left side, and she's going to get enough for that first down. A big first down for Team New Brunswick.
Yeah, that's Inglis this time and joined by Tursky. We finally got a break, a little halftime break, quarter-time break, which we still don't know. Getting into the tackle. Good job, Manitoba.
Yeah, we've heard Pearl's name a lot this tournament so far. She's done a good job returning the ball on special teams and does a nice job with the tackle there. So first and goal on the 8-yard line, for Team New Brunswick. Emma Lundgren lining up at QB out of the Fredericton Predators. Going to hand it off to the right side. Nice lead block by her receiver there. Is going to follow that. Alexia Brazeau with another touchdown here for Team New Brunswick.
Yeah, very well done. And I'm glad you said lead block. Clarissa Arsenault, who I think has been playing a great game. She may not have caught any balls so far at wide receiver, but she's blocking very, very well.
Yeah, let's see here on the replay. A little bit of a ball security issue, but she does a nice job recovering, following that lead block. You can catch it at the end there. Nice job by Clarissa.
Hey, you're right. I didn't notice in real time here the ball security issue that happened. This was almost a fumble.
Yeah, good job to stick with it, though. Was fortunate enough to not have any pressure there so she could recover. Looks like Team New Brunswick here is going to go for one. Looks like Emma's going to keep it herself this time, coming inside. And Team Manitoba is able to make a nice stop there and prevent that extra point, and will keep it 13-0.
Yeah, that's a big stop, even morally for in terms of team. The difference in going 14 zip or 13 is that now you feel like if you score twice, you have a chance of winning the game. It's a big stop for Manitoba.
So we've seen New Brunswick have some success running the ball, of course, running with those jet sweeps, and again here getting another touchdown. But Team Manitoba, we've talked again. We won't talk about it too much, but with their short bench, it is important to keep in mind. They're staying in this game. They're fighting hard. They got players playing both ways, and it's great to see them not giving up and staying in this.
Oh, absolutely. We're seeing some great things from Team Manitoba. Score is still relatively close. This game is not over.
Yeah, we'll see here if they decide to stick with the ground game. There's still 11 minutes, lots of time left in this game. We haven't seen them throw too often, but we'll see Team New Brunswick here. Emery Boland get ready to kick the ball off here. And again, going to fall on it, number 66 there for Team Manitoba, and have good field position to start again here for their first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and I don't mind here 66 falling on the ball. Their situation like kickoff return, it makes a ton of sense to just make sure you have it and give possession to your team. She's not lined up as a returner. She's lined up as a blocker, and the ball came to her. There's nothing wrong, given the scenario here, to just fall on it and give the ball to her offense.
No, of course. And, of course, we see her toughening it out with that cast on her arm, so I think their coaches are probably happy with her decision to just fall on it and give the ball to their offense.
Yeah, not exactly easy to have great ball security when you have a cast on your forearm, is it?
All right, we'll see Jada Bolton here line up again in the I form. Peyton Tursky and McKenna Hampson lined up behind her. Peyton's going to lead out early. Lead block for McKenna Hampson off the right side. Not a bad job there by Manitoba there. Good job following their block, but a nice job by New Brunswick there, kind of limiting the gain.
Yeah, number 3, Emma Bradley, playing defensive back position from Simons. Great job getting in there and making the tackle.
We see the backside pursuit there from number 77, taking a good angle, but nice tackle there by Emma. So we got 2nd and 4 on the 47-yard line here in the second half of our third game. Jay's going to line up in the shotgun in that I form again. Going to hand it off inside to Peyton Tursky this time, and a nice job again by Cameron Walker. We've mentioned that name a few times, and there she is again making a big play.
Yeah, Cameron Walker and Alex Warman coming in there, limiting the gain. Now we've got a decision to make if you're Team Manitoba on 3rd and 4.
I think we'll see them keep the ball on the ground here and go for it.
Yeah, and I like that decision too. Whether it works or not, I think it's the right move to make at this stage in the game. They've been running well. They need a big gain here to keep the drive going.
Yeah, it looks like they got Peyton Tursky lined up to the right side, kind of that offside. We'll see if they finally choose to let Jada keep this one, maybe on a fake, but lined up with McKenna Hampson beside her, going to hand it off to her and get a nice lead block there by Peyton Tursky. Take it off the right side for a big first down.
Yeah, it's a great play on Manitoba. It's a well-deserved first down, a great way to start the second half.
That's right.
For them on offense, and well-deserved first down.
So we talked about good job on that special teams, just falling on it, giving the ball to their offense, and that proves to be a good decision here, getting a first down for Team Manitoba. right, we'll see Team Manitoba line up here again. They're going to line up Peyton Tursky again off to the left side of the formation off that kind of that offset tight end look. McKenna Hampson behind her, going to get the toss to the right. Pressure immediately by Team New Brunswick, and that play is going nowhere.
Yeah, that's a great job at the defensive line once again getting in there. They're clearly having the Manitoba's number right now with the penetration in the backfield, and these girls have showed up to play.
Yeah, nice job by number 88, Alex Warman, and 59, I believe, Rebecca Massey there with the tackle by Team New Brunswick. We'll force second and 13 here on the 51-yard line. Jay's going to turn and hand it off to McKenna Hampson, going left side this time, but a nice tackle by number, I believe, is that number 7 or who is that? Let's see here on the replay. Looks like that's number 2, Hannah Coburn there on the tackle from Keswick Ridge. That's the first time we've said that sound, I think.
Yeah, and I think New Brunswick's making a few substitutions here. Megan Moses coming in the game. She's from Cornwall. That's in Kensington, Prince Edward Island.
Oh.
Number 95 here on the defensive line.
So we've got 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. Looks like Team New Brunswick was expecting a punt at first, but it looks like Team Manitoba is going to go for this here. They're going to hand it off inside to Peyton Tursky, I believe, going to drag some defenders, but doesn't look like she'll get enough for that first down.
That's too bad. It was a great, tough run up the middle, but just going to come out a yard or two short here, which looks like it's going to be New Brunswick's ball.
Yeah, quick handoff inside, a little bit deceiving there. Tough to tell who does it, but a nice job by number 12 from Team New Brunswick, Alexa Purdy, making a nice tackle. We do have one Team Manitoba player currently being helped off by their trainer. Hopefully she's okay. Which number is that? Number 63, Emily Richaud. So that will be Team New Brunswick's ball. 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. We'll see if New Brunswick chooses to keep running that kind of that jet sweep offense.
Well, it looks like they're lined up in that formation they like that gives them the opportunity to run the jet sweep. We'll see what's coming up.
Yeah, we'll see if they try and get Clarissa involved here. She's done a nice job lead blocking as a receiver. Looks like they are going to have number 7 come in there. And was going to keep it herself and throw this time, but that one's going to fall incomplete. It looks like intended for one of her linemen, number 59, Rebecca Massey out of Fredericton. So again, for those of you new to 6-a-side football, the only player that is ineligible is the center themselves. So both the guards or both players beside the ball are eligible to receive a pass. And going to get inside there, number 34, I believe that's for Chloe Spencer-Nairn from Team Manitoba with a big tackle on 2nd down. And going to force Team Manitoba or Team New Brunswick to punt here.
No, absolutely. This is massive play by Manitoba to stay in this game with 7 minutes left in the 2nd quarter, as it says here in Mosaic Stadium.
That's right.
And forcing New Brunswick to punt.
All right, Team New Brunswick can line up to punt here. Looks like Clarissa Arsenal ready to take the snap. They do have that player on side, much like similar teams do. And she is on side for this punt. We'll see if that comes into play. Going to be on the ground, but it's going to bounce out of bounds there. Not a bad punt here. Team Manitoba is going to start with the ball right on that 50-yard line.
Now, Chris, I'm new to 6-a-side. Maybe some people at home listening to the broadcast, watching the broadcast, are also new. You mentioned the center is not eligible to receive a pass. That's the only player on the offense who isn't. Question for clarification here for rules, Chris, and hopefully you know the answer because I don't. When you say the center, are you meaning the person in the middle of covered by the ends on the line of scrimmage, or do you mean the person who is snapping the ball? Because I've noticed some of these teams, the person snapping the ball is sometimes the end player on the line of scrimmage.
You know, you might be correct, and I'd have to double-check the ruling. You know, I have only ever coached 12-a-side, so I apologize for not knowing the ruling on that. I'll double-check with my fellow coaches that are coaching with in this tournament to double-check. But Jada Bowen's going to take the handoff and hand it off to McKenna Hampson there. Nice gang tackle by Team New Brunswick there.
I like the fact they're continuing to feed McKenna, who's really the workhorse of this Manitoba team. We know we've talked a lot about Tursky as well, but McKenna Hampton's a great athlete, and she's been playing hard this evening.
Looks like number 12, Alex Purdy, with the initial contact there out of Sackville Minor Football. Again, as you mentioned, a program you were very familiar with, I imagine. So we got 2nd and 7, ball on the 53-yard line for Team Manitoba here. Big drive for them. They're going to toss it out left to McKenna Hampson. Going to follow her lead block. Going to break one tackle. There's a flag down. Keeps her feet moving and does get the yardage required for a first down, but we'll see what the refs have called here. Looks like it's going to be a hold on Team Manitoba. That's too bad. That was a big first down for them. It's going to be coming back.
It's unfortunate because that was a great run, McKenna Hampson. It looked like basically how Manitoba started the game, where she seemed unstoppable.
Yeah, so that's going to be backed up 10 yards. We'll have 2nd and 17. That's too bad, big first down. And, as we know as coaches, a holding call can really kill a drive.
Well, especially in Canadian football. You essentially have 2 plays to make up 10 yards. And if you double that yardage that you need, it becomes very, very difficult. It's even more so in our game than it is in the American game because of our, to have one less down.
Mm-hmm. Team Manitoba going to line up in that I form again. Jada Bolton followed behind Peyton Tursky and McKenna Hampson. Going to hand it off to Peyton Tursky inside this time, and going to be a great one-on-one tackle there by Team New Brunswick. Try and catch the number on that.
Number 12.
I believe that was number 12. Yep, Alex Purdy again with a nice tackle.
I gotta say that Tursky is really impressing me tonight. As I'm thinking about WWCFL and the senior women's program, I say that's the type of player that I want on my offense. That's a fullback that goes as hard as she can on every play, and she didn't get the yardage there, but such a tough runner. Yeah,
she's been playing great today and played great earlier in the game too, or earlier in the day in the first game. Team Manitoba is going to punt the ball here. Nice job getting it downfield. Clarissa Arsenault able to catch us in the air with a nice block there by Alex Purdy. Clarissa's going to cut inside, try and make some people miss, and a nice tackle there by, I believe, number 60, was that 65? 95, sorry, Shayla Muhammad from the Eastside Eagles.
A great tackle. I was afraid for Manitoba that this punt return was going to go all the way for a touchdown, and you mentioned with the great block that we caught here on the replay on the left earlier, but great blocking, great return, and a great tackle to finish it off.
We do see a Team New Brunswick player down. Hopefully she's okay. So, Olivia, we've been fortunate enough to both have the opportunity to coach here at Mosaic. How special do you think this is for the players at this tournament to be able to play at the stadium?
I think it's something they'll remember as a high, maybe pinnacle even of their sporting career, at least their football career. I know that growing up in New Brunswick, for me, we didn't have stadiums like this, and I know the province still doesn't. There's none in Atlantic Canada. There's very few in the country that are this beautiful, this new, and this big. It's an incredible venue. These young ladies are very fortunate to have the chance to play here, and I'm sure they felt it when they walked in. It's a sunken bowl, meaning that when you come in from street level and you arrive to Mosaic Stadium, there's a bit of a wow moment, a little bit of a awe, type of moment when you come in, because the stadium is grandiose. You feel very small in the middle of it. They'll be taking photos and putting that on their social media feeds to show off the beautiful venue they're playing in, and they're very fortunate to play here, and it's the right place to play as well in Saskatchewan. It is a bit of a jewel in this province, and I'm happy to see players from across the country come in and play.
Yeah, I think that Football Canada is working on getting all the teams out to this Friday's CFL game. We see the Saskatchewan Roughriders play the Ottawa Red Blacks. I think that's an outstanding job by whether it's a CFL or Football Canada, whoever, Football Sask potentially, to get these girls here to experience a CFL game. I imagine a lot of them have never had the opportunity to see a game, especially, as you mentioned, maybe some players from Team New Brunswick that don't have a CFL team close to them.
Yeah, absolutely, and I sure hope that happens because, these athletes have worked hard, and they're working hard in the sun right now representing their province, and they deserve to have a bit of fun on Friday, watch a CFL game.
That's right. So we've got 1st and 10 for Team New Brunswick. We've got Emma Lundgren lining up at quarterback from Fredericton. Once again, kind of in that similar formation that they're used to. Going to hand the ball off to number 21, Alexia Brazeau, off the left side. Nice job by Manitoba there. Nice one-on-one tackle to limit that gain by Maya Smith. No, sorry.
Pearl Inglis, I believe, number 31.
Sorry.
Our apologies.
Nice job by Pearl. Again, we mentioned her. Nice job getting off the block of number 77. Again, Team New Brunswick playing some players both ways as well, not just Team Manitoba.
Chris, I'm impressed with the level of tackling we're seeing here tonight. I didn't expect this at all.
Yeah, of course, that's a skill that you work on for years and years. To see these young girls have that skill already is quite impressive. And she's going to keep it off the left side herself there. And it doesn't look like she's going to get caught. That's going to be a Team New Brunswick touchdown. for number 12, Alex Purdy, the linebacker, playing some offense.
I'll tell you, it was a great read, whether designed or an option for the quarterback, I'm not sure, but with a seal block by 77 across, I mean, that's a great play design and a beautiful touchdown for Team New Brunswick.
Yeah, you know, we just mentioned some of the defensive players for Team New Brunswick playing some offense, and there they are making some nice plays. Of course, Alex Purdy running that in, but again, you see Cameron Walker, that linebacker, who's made some big plays on defense, making a nice block there. So Team New Brunswick will line up to go for one here. 19-0 with just under 4 minutes left in the game. She's going to keep it herself again there, but that time, nice job by Manitoba to stop that convert.
I'm going to make an attempt here, and apologies to the family if I get it wrong, but great tackle by Mary Grace Oluwadare. I hope I'm saying that right, from Vincent Massey Collegiate. Great tackle to stop the convert.
Yeah, that's a name that we've heard quite a bit, and every time we apologize if we're pronouncing it wrong. But you know, she's had a great tournament so far, and the more we mention her name, of course, the more plays that she's making.
Or is it the more plays she's making, the more we pronounce her name?
Well,
either way.
We'll get it right one way or the other, right?
Ah, yes. Thank you for laughing with us at home, as
That's
once in a while you've got Chris and Ollie up here in the booth who make a mistake here and there, but we're having fun, we're doing our best, and we're happy to be here with you guys.
Team New Brunswick here getting ready to kick off Team Manitoba. And again, they're kicking to the player with the cast. This time she's going to keep it herself and get a nice return. Breaking tackles there with the caster without. You love to see it.
You love to see it. Shades of the New England Patriots,
yeah.
The offensive lineman
Dan Connolly.
Returning the ball. Dan Connolly, thank you, Chris. Returning the ball on the kickoff return. I got to say, this is a great move. Making people miss. Fending off defenders with the cast. Keeping the legs moving. Great return.
Great job there. You mentioned that cut inside. She read her blocks and does a great job breaking a couple tackles and giving Team Manitoba here great field position.
So now I want to take back my comment from earlier when we said great job jumping.
That's right.
On it.
Maybe she should have picked it up.
You know what? Dan Connolly out there making plays.
Yeah.
We don't have 66 names on the roster. We really apologize for that.
Team Manitoba starting here. 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line. Little trouble with the snap. Jada's going to hand it off eventually to McKenna Hampson, but Team New Brunswick's going to take advantage of that mistake on the handoff. I think that's big number 95, Shayla Muhammad, Megan Mose out of the Cornwall Tornadoes.
Yes, all the way from Prince Edward Island, making her way to the backfield here in Regina, making a tackle for loss, creating a 2nd and long.
Yeah, you mentioned it. It's not a short trip, as you've done that trip quite a few times. So to have them come all the way to Regina, it's quite the special opportunity for them to play in this tournament. So we got 2nd and 14. 3 minutes left in this game. Ball on the 54-yard line. Team New Brunswick up 19-0. Jada Bone's going to hand off to McKenna Hampson off the left side. Going to follow Peyton Tursky with a nice lead block. And not a bad second down play there to try and make this third manageable.
No, see, it's a great run here, by McKenna Hampson and a great tackle as well by Emma Bradley to limit the gain after a good 10 yards. You said it, manageable. Manitoba now has the option here of going for it, which I think they will with 2 minutes and a half left in the second quarter. We expect them to go for it here.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep this drive going. It'd be great to see them get some points on the board here and give themselves a chance. You know, we'll see if they can get some points here and try and do a short kick and get the ball back here before the end of the game. So 3rd and 7, ball on the 47-yard line. Big play here for both teams. Jada's going to take it, hand off to McKenna Hampson, and it's going to be a big tackle in the backfield by Team New Brunswick there to force a turnover.
Yeah, absolutely. Emma Bradley getting there again, making tackles. I'm going to say it again. I'm repeating myself, I know, but the tackling has been very impressive. You can tell that these young ladies have been well coached. You can tell that they care about their coaching and they're doing their absolute best and they're working hard. I'd be proud, both teams that is, and the way they're tackling, the way they're playing the game, the way they're holding themselves tonight here at Mosaic Stadium.
Yeah, something some people might not realize is with a tournament like this, you don't have a lot of time to practice as a team. Of course, you know, you have your tryouts, you pick your team, and you have a couple camps, you know, a few months out, and then you kind of have your training camp a few days before the tournament starts, and that's really all you get to practice together.
That's a good point. I'm counting about 5 different teams on one side here, and then for the other province, about 9 different teams on the roster. So, you know, it's not like they all know each other and they've been playing the same system. They've had to learn this over this week and maybe a couple of practices in their respective province before coming here, and that's it. It's not like they know their playbooks by heart. It's not like they know their coaches very well. And it's not like they know their teammates very well either. So.
No, I think just a quick mention, just want to thank Football Canada for having this tournament. Of course, we're very fortunate to have the promotion of women's football really, increase dramatically over the past few years across the board, whether it's, from provincial organizations or or Football Canada themselves leading the way, providing these girls with an opportunity to play in a tournament like this. Of course, this is the inaugural national tournament for under 18, so hopefully they can continue building off this going forward. First and 10 here for Team New Brunswick. Going to hand it off to Alexia Brazeau again off the left side. We got a flag down. Going to keep her feet moving. Nice tackle there, but looks like this one might be coming back. Looked like that flag came at the point of attack again. Potentially going to be a hold. Going to force a first and 20.
I think number 95 here for Team New Brunswick's going to get caught on the hold right there.
Yeah.
Number 94 doing a great job selling it as well.
Yep.
That's a very important skill for defensive linemen. If you're going to be held, you may as well sell it.
But they're held every play, right?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Nobody truly knows what happens there in the trenches over there. That's why we have a great job here by the camera team, doing a great job here with the replays and zooming in, giving us a chance to really see what's happening.
Yeah, our crew's doing an awesome job here. We're very fortunate to have the high quality production here for this tournament. Of course, we might not be high quality, but everything else is.
That's right.
So we'll have first and 20 here, ball on the 35, 2 minutes left in this game, 2-minute warning in this tournament. Typically Canadian football, we see a 3-minute warning, but not the case. So we'll see what Team New Brunswick does here. Looks like they're going to put the ball in the air this time, going to throw. Looking over the middle, going to fall incomplete, looking for number 21, Alexia Brazeau, that time in the air. Nice throw by Emma Lundgren, but falls incomplete.
That's a great play. I love the effort to go in the pass, which is a lower maybe percentage play at this level of football, but I love the attempt. It was a great crossing route, and just weren't able to squeeze it in. But good play for Team New Brunswick, and Manitoba gets to reap the benefits here. We got second and long.
We'll see if Manitoba can get a big stop here. Looks like Team New Brunswick might be taking a timeout. Looks like they might just be fixing the clock here. Very fortunate to have the officials out here from Regina, and there are a few female officials that are from out of town that are reffing this tournament. I apologize, I don't have their names or where they're from, but it's great to see as well. A little bit issue with the snap there. Emma's going to keep it herself, and a big tackle there from Team Manitoba. That's number 34. Let me find Chloe Spencer Nairn there on the hit.
Yes, a couple of times we say her name now. That was almost I want to say a wrecking ball coming at the quarterback. You don't want to take a hit like that as a quarterback, especially not late in the game up 19. But wow, what a tackle.
Keeps her feet moving, makes a nice play. And will force Team New Brunswick to punt the ball away here with 1:44 left in this game. Late sub there coming on for Team New Brunswick. That's number 88, Alexa Warman.
A lot of these players play in multiple positions in six-a-side football. It's a great way to develop skill. I think it's a great thing for the game.
Going to get that punt away. Nice punt there. And we'll see if that was touched or not. That does go over the returner's head. She is able to get back on it there and going to be able to get back some of those yards that she lost after it hit the ground. But nice job by number 9 to go back and recover and get what she can. We
talk about skill development, and, we just saw a spiraling kick come out of our New Brunswick's punter. I got to say that's very impressive.
Yeah, that's Delaney Waldner out of the Eastside Eagles program that we're both kind of familiar with. They're playing on the Eastside Eagles field in Winnipeg when the Ride and the Valkyries from the WWCFL travel there.
Yes, absolutely.
So first and 10 for Team Manitoba with just over a minute left in this game. We'll see if they can get some points on the board here before the end here. Team New Brunswick currently up 19-0, ball on the 53-yard line. Jada Bolton's going to line up in that I form. We'll see if they just hand off to their fullback. Going to lead block there from Peyton Tursey. Going to hand it off to McKenna Hampson off the left side. Going to keep her feet moving, kind of drag that defender for an extra 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, great lead block by Tursey. I can't seem to take my eyes off number 47 with the red helmet. She's doing such a great job for Manitoba with the blocks.
Yeah, we've seen some physical play from the girls on Manitoba in the red helmet and across the board. This is for a lot of these players, they're still fairly new football players, and for a lot of them, it might be not their first time playing a contact sport, but to play football compared to some of the other sports, to have the physicality that we've seen is really impressive.
No, absolutely. Football can be a late bloomer type of sport where you don't necessarily play from the age of 6, 7, or 8. Although flag football and touch football are now starting, and we see more and more six-a-side. The game is developing at a greater pace, and we're seeing more and more players with experience. But you're absolutely right. Some of these athletes may be very new to football.
Yeah, there's Peyton Tursky right there running the ball and getting another hard-earned first down for Team Manitoba. Going to keep those chains moving. Just over a minute left in this game here. Will be 1st and 10 for Manitoba.
I love seeing that first down. And I think Manitoba deserves here to get a late score. They've played well today. It's a 3-point score game, if you will, and I think they deserve this game to be a bit closer. Put such a great effort with a short bench tonight.
Yeah, Jada Bolton back in the shotgun here. Going to hand it off to McKenna Hampson off the left side again. Going to follow Peyton Tursky's block, doing a great job lead blocking. She's going to stay in bounds, so the clock will run once it's whistled in as they don't have any timeouts left. But nice job by her blocker once again.
Absolutely.
You see her keep her feet moving, get the arms inside, keep working.
I love seeing what we're seeing out of Manitoba. They may have not won the game tonight, but even with a few seconds left on the clock, they're working very, very hard to try to earn every yard they can.
Yeah, these teams fighting for an opportunity for the round-robin tournament on Saturday. Of course, for the format, the top 2 teams will play in a full game for the gold medal game. Nice job by Peyton Tursky inside there, getting another big run here and another first down.
This is another drive similar to the first drive of the game where Manitoba is just moving the chains, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards a run. They're doing a great job now inside the 30.
We'll see if Manitoba goes a little bit hurry up here. Looks like they are going to huddle up here. They don't want to waste too much time in the huddle with only 25 seconds left in the game. Jada's going to line up once again with that I-form formation. Doesn't look like her fullback's ready to go there, and a little bit confusion there, but she's going to go and lead block for McKenna Hampson anyways, and they're going to get about 8 or 9 yards on the play there.
And it looks like they'll get one more play in today's game here. We have 11 seconds left before they spot the ball. Manitoba's last chance here to go and get a score.
Nice job by number 34 there. Chloe Spencer-Nairn out of the St. Vital Mustangs there, getting upfield, making a block. And looks like Jada's going to keep it herself this time off the left side, but New Brunswick's going to make a big tackle on 2nd down. Looks like it will be 3rd down. They will have one more play here.
They sure will with 2 seconds left, so here's their chance to get some score on the board.
All right, we'll see. I was calling for her to keep it all game, and then she did almost right at the last play. So we'll see what Manitoba has here drawn up for the last play of the game. Third and 1, ball on the 19-yard line. Jada Bolton out of the St. Vital Mustangs going to line up in that I-form formation. Peyton Tursky and McKenna Hampson behind her. And looks like they're just going to take a knee. They've been feeding their ball carriers a lot here. It would have been nice to see them, give them one more chance to break some tackles and get in there, but just going to keep their players healthy going into Saturday, of course, with that short bench. And congratulations to Team New Brunswick on their first win of the tournament.
Yeah, it's an outstanding game, and we saw a great display of skill here by a number of players who really impressed us. And I was really impressed by seeing players play both sides of the football and on special teams and making impacts here and there. Very, very enlightening for me to see this level of football in 6-a-side.
Yeah, it's great to see. So again, thank you for joining us again for this 2022 Football Canada Under-18 Women's National Championship 6-a-side football here at Regina Mosaic Stadium. We're very fortunate to be here. We have a big game coming up shortly at 8 o'clock. We have Team Saskatchewan undefeated against Team Alberta, who is also undefeated. Very good chance these two teams see each other again Saturday night in the gold medal game. Looking forward to the next game. Thank you for joining. This is Chris Haddisbeck and Olivier Eddy, and we'll be back in about 40 minutes.